What's up, Go Mean Green fans? I got a special guest today, the ninth head coach of your North Texas women's basketball team, coming from Commerce, the winningest coach in Texas A&M Commerce history. Coach Burton, how are you, sir?
Man, I'm great. I'm great. How you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. Have you had a chance to get settled in, take a deep breath yet, or is it all still moving pretty fast?
It's still pretty fast, man. Excuse me. Yeah, it's still going, man. We're still recruiting. We're still trying to wrap up the schedule. Um, I'm trying to sell a house, buy a house, get out. I'm commuting right now, so it's a long commute, but it's great, man. We got some really great people. Trying to finalize our staff. Our staff should be finalized this week. Um, but yeah, we've been ripping and running, trying to make some things happen for the Mean Green.
I know the announcement happens. Your coach. It seems like 24 hours later, press conference and the staff, and then recruiting. Um, how do you how have you balanced all that whole process and in getting this thing rolling?
Yeah, I mean, I luckily for me, I had a short list as far as just coaches I wanted, and I was able to pretty much get most of the people on my short list. So that's been good. Had one change in staff, Justin. I had Brooke Costy, who was on my previous staff, that came over with us for a short while. Had an opportunity to go back closer to home, and so she's from Missouri, went back to Wichita State. Actually, her AAU coach got the job, and so anytime you have a chance to be closer to home and work with family, you got to respect that. So other than that was the one shuffle in our staff that has happened. It's been great. It's just being able to get the right people here, and then having a chance to work out with our players here, man. The nine that are still on the roster from the previous year have been working, doing a great job, and it's been fun just seeing their excitement, seeing their energy. Um, I think they're hungry to win, and so that's been definitely a pleasant surprise with the group that we have coming back. And then we've been able to sign four. Had one already signed that is still signed with us, in Shadeja, and she's just a 5'10" jumping machine, man. A high school kid that can dunk. That's pretty special right there. So we're excited about the momentum we have and the things we got going on here, and hopefully we can sign one more and start looking to the future.
I'm going to jump to the new additions here in a second, but I was wanting to touch base after 15 years in commerce. How hard was it to leave there?
Was it 15 years?
Well, the two
Close,
different stints. It was I think
close. It's
I was
close.
trying to
Yeah,
do the math in my head earlier, but
nine,
between the two
nine and
stints,
four, 9 and 4, 13. So
13.
yeah, it was a long time, man. You majority of my adulthood was spent in commerce. So um, I think that we did a great job the time that we were there. I mean, we got a chance to work with a lot of great people. My mentor Sam Walker, who's also probably Ross Hodges' mentor, and the guy who got us both into the business, is over there. And that's the thing you're going to miss the most, right? Just the fantastic people, the relationships, the things that are what makes that thing special, right? It's just the people that you deal with every day, and but I think it was time. I think it was time. I think that we got to a point where we did all we could do with A&M Commerce women's basketball, and got it to a place where it's known, right? It was before it wasn't well known. Outside of one or two really good seasons, they had a girl named Brittany Jordan who got drafted to the Sparks, led the country in scoring actually, and there was a pretty special time when she was there, and then we were able to have a really good run. And so I think though, with the transition to Division 1 and us having to have a good year as far as a conference play, I thought it was a good time for us to be able to allow somebody else their opportunity to take over the program. And this opportunity right here in North Texas, man, is a dream job for us and for me and my wife and our family. It allows us to be close to home and allows us to still be able to uh, be in our backyard as far as recruiting and where we're comfortable and where we know people and where we have relationships. And so uh, couldn't ask for a better fit and better opportunity.
We talk about transitioning from Commerce to North Texas. How big is it signing two All Americans, being able to bring two All Americans from Commerce with you, and Diane and Desiree? I mean, how big is that in the transition process?
It's really big. I didn't think Des was going to come for the longest. And but those are two players that the last 4 years at Commerce have really catapulted us to just new heights. What they've been able to do, um, what we've been able to build together with those two and some other very special players. was just special. But it's significant how those two young ladies have developed over the years, and it's, what Deani has been able to do from a scoring standpoint. I think Desiree is one of the most well-rounded just players that I've been able to coach. She can do it all. Plays 1 through 4. Probably better at the 3 and the 4 spot, but her ability to pass, to shoot, to defend, to rebound, she does so many things at a high level. Those two players are really going to be two key pieces for us just moving forward.
Another big time piece I wanted to mention, Samaria Duncan from Wichita State.
Yeah,
I mean, transition into the American Conference, bringing in a girl that's had double-digit starts has got to be huge for the transition.
Huge. I mean, she started 28 games this year in the American, and so just her familiarity with the league, but also just her ability to get it done at that level. She was somebody that if you watch the games was probably a much better defender, showed to be much better defender and offensive player. But I think her offensive ability is really good. I think she can score at 3 levels. I think she can shoot the 3, mid-range, get to the basket. But her ability to defend multiple positions is what's really, really special for us, as far as just getting somebody that I think we can play at multiple positions here. But to always have somebody you can count on to be a lockdown defender for you, that's key. And her ability to shoot the ball just allows our bigs more space. You can't just double off of her. And also, when you have guards like Deani who can create, she's going to be able to have a chance to get a lot of just clean looks from 3 that I think it's going to be a great situation for her.
As you get these pieces moved in, what does a Jason Burton led North Texas team look like? What does Go Mean Green fans expect moving forward?
It's funny. I was just we're about to go down to San Antonio on Friday and speak at a coach's clinic, and so I'm trying to get my material together. And the thing is, we're very collaborative. I'm very collaborative. We hired a really good staff, and I think that's one thing that we're going to lean on, and that I'm going to lean on is a really good staff. You go through my staff, and it hasn't been announced yet, but Leah Foster, who was at TCU, will be announced this week, is joining our staff. So I guess GoMeanGreen.com gets it first.
Breaking news right there on the podcast. I like it.
It's finally HR official, so we can say it. But she's been the other one we've been waiting to announce. We already have my associate head coach, and Brittany Brown, who also came from being an associate head coach at TCU. Those two are just special, man, and they've been coaching high level basketball for a long time, and just to get their talent, their expertise. Those are 2 people that we'll lean on tremendously. I think Dermon Jennings, since I got this job, has been doing a tremendous job. And what he does with our bigs, what he does with recruiting, that's the energy and effort he pours in every day, has been tremendous for us. And I'm excited to work every day with those 3. And then I get to bring two former coaches, Olivia Hunt, and then Princess Davis, who both worked with me at Commerce. Princess played and worked for me at Commerce. That's special. And then we got one more coach that we're announcing this week as our Dobo. It's what it's going to look like is if you come to our practice, you're going to see a lot of voices talking in practice, but you're going to see a lot of voices echoing the same message. We want to play fast. We want to rebound. We're going to rebound. Things that we're going to do is we're going to love a whole lot. We're going to show a lot of love. You're going to see a lot of PTs, a lot of high fives, a lot of energy. We got to bring energy. I wrote in my notes to talk about on Friday, we got to bring the juice, man. That's every day. Got to bring the juice. Our staff has to do that. If we're not doing that, then how do you expect our players to do that? So that's one thing that you're going to see every day. You come to our practice, you come to a game, you're going to see high energy. We want to play a brand of basketball that's fun to watch. We want fans to want to come to games. Obviously, you want us to win, and we want to win, but we want a brand that's going to be fun and exciting. So we want to play fast, get up and down the floor, try to score a lot of points. We want defense to create offense for us. We'll press a lot. I'm a pressing guy. But I think you're going to see a team that shares the ball, that plays unselfishly, but that can put some points up, and it's a team that's fun to watch. And not just that, it's a team that is going to have a lot of character, that we're going to do things the right way. We're going to do our best to be involved in this community. My wife literally just accepted a job today, 4 minutes from the pit. So I'm excited to have her close, and also working in Denton. She's a speech therapist. So you'll see the Burton family involved in Denton. And I think that you're going to see something that is fun and exciting, and that people will want to be a part of, and that North Texas can be proud of.
It's exciting stuff. How hard is it? I know you've signed 4, all coming from the transfer portal, but how has the transfer portal changed women's college basketball in general? And how do you balance moving forward the high school recruiting versus the transfer portal?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we want to recruit high school kids, and I think it's important to know that while we sign 4 out the portal, if you look at our roster and what's coming back, we had a lot of youth coming back. Our backcourt is very, very young. You got 2 players in our backcourt that didn't even play this year because of injury that were true freshmen, Desiree Wooten and Jocelyn. Those 2 players right there are 2 players that I think have bright futures here. And you look at what Ariana did at the point guard spot, and Brianna Davis, they both played the point this year, and what they were able to accomplish. Both of them, I think, had above 1. I know Ariana had almost a 2-to-1 assist turnover ratio, and Brianna was right around 1. Those 2 players are young and special, and so you got 4 guards in the backcourt with a lot of experience. We didn't want to just sign a bunch of young ones that weren't going to play at all, but we also felt like we needed to inject some senior leadership. You lost Quincy Noble, who was a big-time scorer. You lost Kendall, who was also a veteran on this team. We wanted to bring in a couple of veterans to match that, and then you look at the front court, and Anaya and Misha are 2 really, really good players that we're very excited about. But we got Jalen Mallard, who's coming back from injury, and I believe she's going to come back 100%. And if she does, man, that's 3 really, really good bigs. But we also wanted to make sure we had depth, and then Desiree brings some versatility in that front court, that she can play the 4, can also slide to the 3, and that's something I thought we needed, somebody that kind of stretch the floor for us. And then Sophie, who we got from Morehead State, man, she's different in the fact that I think she's less athletic but more skilled than some of our bigs are currently on the roster. Brings some of that European flair. She's from France, and so what we have is we want to bring some versatility. But I definitely think it's important to have a balance between the portal and high school. We definitely don't want to just be portal. We want people that are going to bleed that green, that mean green. And to do that, I think you got to get high school kids. And so we're going to be very, very, very involved, especially in our backyard, man. There's so much talent in Dallas that we'll be out in Dallas, recruiting Dallas very hard, like our roster shows. But also I think there's talent in Oklahoma, which we're right here, right across the border, and getting into Oklahoma City a little bit more, and back into Arkansas and Louisiana. I think we'll do a great job regionally as far as recruiting high school talent and also the JUCOs. And we went after some high school and JUCO kids as soon as we got the job. It just didn't work out with some of those kids, but we're going to actively turn over every rock that we can to find the best fit for North Texas.
So you kind of just judging, this was kind of just a more of a reload, not really a full on rebuild at North Texas. I feel like the cupboard wasn't empty.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I think that, I think there were certain players that were here to play a certain style of basketball that Jelly wanted to play, and we'll play a little bit different. And for me, I think that the ones that are coming back definitely fit how we want to play. And some of them were just hurt. You look at the 9 players that are coming back on the roster. 3 of them didn't play last year because of injury. And so, that's Desiree Wooten, Jalen, and Jocelyn, who all 3 of those are extremely talented players. Unfortunately for them, they just were hurt last year.
So I know we're getting close to running out of time. I want to give you a chance to rebuttal. There was a guest I had on Go Mean Green. You may have listened to it, but going back to the college days, if you remember playing a team, you had a UT Dallas, coming towards the end of the game, you got a steal on one of their best players. Might have went up for a layup. The layup didn't go in. I just need to know, were you fouled? What happened there? I don't know if I got the full story or not.
I don't know. I know I picked my brother's pocket, though. I know that.
That's what we can. The story can end there.
Battles in the driveway too. I know. I got the win in those too. So he'll always tell you he got the team victory and his team did win, and that's all great. But only one person got their pocket picked, and it wasn't me. I was the one picking the pocket. So that's
he did get that part right. He did say he got his pockets picked. He might have said he was tired and he saw his sub and he had a couple more excuses, but
whatever.
He got a little bit of the story correct.
Right. But so I don't talk about what happened 20 years ago. What I'm proud of him and what he's doing now. He's doing so many big things right now, and I think we both have had our college careers end, but we've definitely done a good job as far as the professional careers and what he's doing right now, and blazing his own path, and he's got his hand in so many different just things, man. And he's doing so many different positive things for different people, and just the energy that he brings every day to whatever he's doing. Man, he's so infectious and in a positive way, and really, really proud of him and everything he's doing.
He's been one of my favorite guests on the Go Mean Green, and he's a new North Texas fan. He's telling me right before he came on, he had 0 North Texas shirts, and I think in a matter of a week he had 6 or so. So definitely bleeding green now. So we're glad to have him on the team. He's a good guy to have on. To end it with this: I'm a guy I like to grill, like to smoke. I've heard you might have some secret cooking skills. What's the specialty in the Burton household, or is that bad information?
No, I like to cook. I like to cook. I got a green egg. I like to use that. But I got a cast iron that I like to pan sear, whether it's steaks or salmon. And my wife's been on the salmon kick lately, so that's what we had. We had that last night. But I do a little bit of everything, man. That's me. I had to start back working out. I've been gaining too much weight. I saw myself on ESPN Plus throwing the first pitch the other day. I said, I'm about to start working out tomorrow. So I'm back on that. It's going to be a lot of lean foods for the next few months until I get back right for a season.
Well, Coach Burton, we're glad to have you. We'll be cheering you on this fall. Excited for the North Texas basketball season to start. But like I said, we're glad to have you in North Denton, and glad to have North Texas. Glad to have you in Denton, and glad you're wearing green.
JD, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Coach. Go Mean Green.